We all loved her as the wide-eyed and bubbly Sinclair James on the classic 90s sitcom Living Single. Now she's still making us laugh on the show In the Cut. Please welcome my girl, Kim Coles.
Hey, ladies, you all look good.
Wow,
So
you
good. Welcome to the show, Kim.
Thanks for having me, Garcelle. Hello.
Hi, gorgeous. Listen, it's been 27 years, which I can't believe it, since the show Living Single first aired. Now, do you fans still approach you about the show?
Absolutely. Don't fans still approach you?
Yeah, they sure do.
Yeah, whenever you do a show that's iconic, and especially, shows of color, our people love to see us and love to see us on TV, and they grew up with us or they, went through our journey with us. So absolutely all the time.
You know, Kim, there's a lot of love for classic black sitcoms right now, and Living Single actually influenced shows like Friends and Girlfriends. Do you feel Living Single is finally getting the credit it deserves?
I'll say it this way. I actually think that we have always gotten mad love from people. And I think right now there's a desire for some nostalgia. There's a desire to go back to a time when things, felt a little simpler, or, it was a coming of age show for us, and it was a coming of age show for a lot of people. And so I think that we always got our due, and I think that now that the show is, by the way, it has never left the air. Even after the show got canceled, It went into syndication and has stayed in syndication all this time. So I think we're getting even more due, but we've always gotten lots of love.
I agree, Kim.
Wow.
And I actually heard that you and the rest of the cast have a text chain. Please tell me this is true.
It's an epic text chain because we're family, and so we've experienced births and deaths and divorces, some of us twice. And so we check in with each other, we give each other love. There's, inside jokes that we have. And so it is an epic text, and we check in with each other before the rest of the world hears our news. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like a family
absolutely.
love and experience and prayers and all the good stuff and fun. And like I said, inside jokes y'all will never know about. Sorry.
I love it. But the real question is that we really, really are dying to know is, will there ever be a Living Single reboot?
I always like to say that I have been neither contacted nor contracted. And what I mean by that is that there's a lot of talk about it, but until, a contract is placed in front of your face for you to sign and enjoy. Listen, I think we all still look good, so I think it would be a good idea for us to do it.
Yes.
I don't know if it will ever happen because it requires everybody to be on board. And it's been understood by our producer and creator, Yvette Lee Bowser, that it's all or nothing. So unless everyone says yes, it won't happen. But who's to say? Anything can happen one day. I say we still look good. Let's do it.
Everybody looks great. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's have it.
So you're saying somebody's holding out?
You always listen very carefully, Lonnie Love. It's one of my favorite things about you. I would say that there is someone who needs a little bit more coaxing. It's not who you think it is. Don't assume that you know who it is.
I'm just saying, is it a her or him?
I will not say because it's for this person to say for themselves. And everybody has their own reasons,
We got you.
right? And one fan said, I actually don't want to see a reboot. It lives in a perfect place in my head.
I saw that tweet, actually.
I am that person.
Right? You've seen where they've all gone. And in your mind, you've decided where they've all progressed to. And so if the show comes back and it's anything other than what you thought it was going to be. And so there's something perfect about
That's
that.
true.
When we have people
That
who
is so true.
Yes.
That is a good point. As much as we'd love to see a reboot, I think, there's a little bit of that too. But listen, I have to ask you, you've once said that you had to overcome depression, which in a way prepared you to deal with the challenges of 2020. How so, girl? How so?
Right. When Living Single got canceled, I went into a really dark depression, like really, really bad. Because here's the thing. You go out into the world and you expect that every other experience is going to be like that. That's not the case. We captured lightning in a bottle. And so my expectation was that every other job I would ever get would be just like that. And that's it's unfortunately a disappointment that I set myself up for. So I went into a dark depression, and in that time, I got myself the help that I needed.
That's amazing.
To lock into what my gifts really were. My gift is love and laughter, and I don't have to be on a TV show to do that. And so I started speaking.
Yeah.
So what Lonnie and I have in common is we're both stand-up comedians. That is a skill that is transferable to the speaking stage, to
Absolutely.
the webinar stage, to all of that. So I started doing that at that time, building this whole other realm of work for myself that didn't depend on some executive saying that yes or no, that I was the right girl for the job, or waiting for somebody to say, oh yeah, we're going to put you on tour to do a comedy tour. Like, I get to be in control of my own destiny. And so that helped me through that depression at that time. And when this happened, when the pandemic shut down and there was no pilot season and there was no production until we figured out how to do this pretty Zoom thing, I was already teaching courses online. I was already helping people, but still using my gifts. And that's the message I say to everybody. Don't just allow one source of anything to come into your world. Use your gifts and talents in other ways and help other people with what you already know, and you will be just fine. Whew, I said that
right.
Absolutely love that.
Amen to
and that positive side of you is very similar to your character, Sinclair. As I'm watching you, I'm like, okay, come through positivity. But now you've joined the show In the Cut, which is in its 7th season, and your new character is very different. So tell us about her.
She's very different. And this was the cool thing about this is I didn't have to audition. I know every lady here watching me knows, everybody understands that when somebody just gives you the job and you don't have to do anything. And it was coming into an experience where they were already super collaborative. It was a super amazing family. And all I had to do was show up and just figure out who this kooky, not like me at all character would be. She's real sassy and real brassy, y'all. And so it's a whole lot of fun.
Well, let's take a look at you in the cut. Let's check you out.
From the melanated to the unmelanated, a bland diet is a killer of any great chef. Now, here we go.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
No, stop, Sally. What, are you trying to kill people?
You said you didn't want the food to be bland. I can fix it.
You will not fix it with this.
Hilarious. Kim, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Catch up with Kim on season 7 of In the Cut on Bounce TV and on the Brown Sugar app.